Hey besties, welcome to Girl Call Your Sister.
Where it's our call, you're just listening.
So today we're going to talk about some TV shows because there's some new shows coming out, and of course, Southern Charm just ended.
Yes, it did.
They just finished their reunion. There was only 2 episodes, and then I also want to talk about Summer House. We're kind of in the nitty gritty of Summer House right now, and there's a lot going on, so I want to talk about that.
Yes, please.
But first, let's just check in. How are we doing today, Nix?
I'm doing all right. Dealing with some crisis with some friends, but we're chugging on through. How are you?
Well, hopefully today, us just chit-chatting on our call will make you feel a little bit better.
You always make me feel better, Ashlyn. I wouldn't want to talk to anyone else right now, honestly.
Okay, well, you're stuck talking with me today, so.
How are you? Let's do your check-in.
So today is actually a pretty good day. But I'm just going to start off saying that we are knocking 3 points off immediately.
Why 3?
Because something embarrassing happened to me today.
Oh my gosh, you have to tell me what happened.
I was at work.
Okay.
I was working, minding my own business, stretching so my back didn't hurt later because I sit down all day at work.
Yeah.
And stretching my back. Oh, it feels so good leaning back in my chair. Yeah, leaning back in my chair.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, right before my eyes, I'm falling.
Do you have like a roller chair?
Yes, it's rolly chair. And it's really comfortable and it sits low and you can lean back low in it. So just danger written all over it already.
Did you get any bruises or any battle wounds?
You should see my ankle. No, I kicked a bar on my way down, and to make it worse, 4 people came over and checked on me.
Oh my god, how embarrassing.
Were you
mortified?
Well, I'm getting up as fast as I can because I see these people coming over to me and I'm like, please do not come over here.
You're making it worse.
Oh, they were making it worse. They were all being so sweet, but I was just like, no. And then I heard my boss on the way out talking to one of my friends being like, did you hear Ashlyn fell out of her chair? I'm like,
you're the hot goss at the office today.
I don't like that.
I would take off more than 3 points for falling out of my chair at work.
Yeah, no. Automatically knocks you down 5.
I have an embarrassing falling out of a chair story, but it happened so long ago that I don't remember all of the details. The only thing I remember is biology class, and when it was Coach Bossenbrook was my teacher, and we were in the lab.
Coach B.
Oh, Coach B, I love you. He's the vice principal now, right?
Shout out. What?
He's the vice principal now.
I have no idea.
I think he is. Oh yeah, hope it's going well. But I was in his biology class, and we were in the lab and we were dissecting frogs that day. And I don't know how, but I fell off of one of those stools and I kicked the table and the frog went off.
So you had Coach B for soccer and biology.
I did, and I was also his teacher's aide my senior year.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. I was a teacher's aide too, and I had the best freaking teacher when I was a teacher's aide.
Ooh.
I had Miss Hunt.
Oh, you loved Miss Hunt.
I know, she was the coolest. Shout out Jamie. When I turned 18 for graduation, she took me to the Britney Spears concert.
Did she really? I did not know that.
It was so much fun. We had a blast. We went over to the W Hotel, and then we went over to the concert, and it was a blast.
That's fun. I love when you have a teacher that just stands out to you like that.
She was the best. I hope she's doing well.
A good teacher really makes such a huge impact. It's wild how...
I know that, Coach B, loathes me, but you were his teacher's aide and you were on the soccer team.
Yeah, Coach B and I had like a tight relationship. Whenever our parents were going through their divorce, like I at one point was like crying in the locker room about it, and Coach B was just like,
got you,
consoling me through it. He's like, "You're gonna be good, girl. It's okay." You know, like in his little in his little sweet way that he was. You know.
he probably thought like you were the angel and I was the devil.
No, I doubt that. Well, maybe we can go back and see him sometime and be like, "Hey, what's up, bro?"
Hey, no, but like, who was the worst Hamilton?
It really depends on your perspective.
It was probably me.
I know there were times I would go hotbox my car with some of the girls before practice, and he would know, and he'd be like, "Hamilton, lap!"
I remember, like, there was probably a couple girls on my team that smoked cigarettes, but like, I was the true cigarette smoker in high school. And we would go and we'd work out in the weight room, and someone would be like, "Hey, why does it smell like cigarette smoke in here? What's going on?"
Yeah.
And everyone wanted to rat me out. I freaking know it, but no one did.
Ah,
Shout out
that's
to my
good.
girls. Shout out to my soccer girls for keeping it real. I miss you all.
That's so fun. Oh my gosh. One of the compliments I got when I was in high school that like probably wasn't a good compliment in hindsight was, "You're the only girl I've ever seen that actually knows how to smoke a cigarette properly."
That is a good compliment in high
I
school.
was like, "Oh, thanks," but I'm like, I'm 16. I should know how to do this so well, but I didn't.
I thought I was so cool because I tried dipping in high school. Like, I was that girl that dipped. And then later on in my life, I was actually the wife that dipped.
The wife that dipped. That's funny. I was
COVID, man, was tough times.
It was tough.
Working from home with a 10-month-old baby. Yeah, I was going to dip
in my mouth.
I don't give a fuck.
I was the friend that was the cigarette hookup for everybody whenever we were like underage, because I found a specific little store that was a little, little slippery with who they would let buy cigarettes, and I went in there with my learner's permit and my school ID, and I was like, "See, it's the same name, but I changed the birthday."
You're so cool. I never had a fake ID. Like, ever.
I never had a fake ID either. I just I was either buying cigarettes for people with my guy that I knew, and then whenever I got older and Sean was in the army, he would just show his military ID at places around town in San Antonio, and they would serve him alcohol even though he was 18, 19 at the time.
Tight.
It was just like,
though.
We were getting drunk when we were 19, 20, like walking around in San Antonio, and then,
Baby.
now I don't. What happens? And then I got pregnant.
Baby.
Boom. She's pregnant. Boom. Shotgun wedding. Boom. 15 years later.
I was about to say, 15 years, homie. Like, that's not boom, boom, boom.
No, literally, we had like so many odds against us, man, but we are stronger than ever, dude. It's amazing.
Y'all are so disgusting together. Y'all remind me of Travis Barker and... No, seriously, y'all do.
Because we're so cringy in love with each other.
You and Kourtney Kardashian are probably the same person and don't even know it.
I ride for my man. I don't care.
Oh my gosh, y'all are disgusting. Y'all will make out in public, and I'm like, gross. And then I'm like, I want to kiss in public.
We have so many stories, especially when we first were like dating and he was in the army and we were in San Antonio together a lot. We would be that disgusting couple in line at like Six Flags, just making out with each other all the time. Anytime there was a red light, we would sneak it in as much as we could. It was disgusting.
And say that's disgusting, but I'm like, I want that so bad.
Like, to have somebody that you're so obsessed with and they are so obsessed with you back, it's so good. We're still like that. Like,
Do you think it was like him being away out of town for the army and stuff?
I think that, like,
I was gonna say deported.
when he was deployed, when he was deployed, or we weren't living in the same city when he was in like training and stuff, we absence does make the heart grow fonder, and it also made us right. It also made us like really have a solid foundation of like communication before anything else, because we can still to this day just sit and talk and talk and talk and talk about absolutely anything and everything and nothing and have the best time. And like, it's great.
Honestly, I hope this podcast doesn't find your husband, because he will actually know that you like him. He'll be like, oh my gosh, he talks about me so fondly. When to his face, you're like, short king. Like,
yeah, you're such a short king.
Fetch me some water. Like,
no, really. But no, he loves me, so he likes taking care of me, and he takes a beating verbally. That's for sure.
He does deserve it, though. Every man deserves it at some point.
Did you see my TikTok about wanting a PayPig?
Heck yeah, and I was trying to stitch it, but I suck at TikTok, and I was gonna be like, if y'all can help her, y'all can help me, and you'll help both of us.
No, and literally help us. We're sisters. We'll yell at you. We'll tag team it.
Package deal. Oh my gosh. Clip this. Let's the word out. Okay, so send in your apps. Don't be a fucking creep.
Or a scammer.
Or a scammer. Don't be a scammer, please. Man, the amount of people that wanted to send me $7,000 this week. The same amount.
It's such a specific, large amount of money.
I know. I'm like, make it better. Like,
right. Like, maybe $70. That's more believable. I'll take it.
Okay. So in our link tree, I will also add our Cash App, our Venmo. If you want to send us money, we'll split it evenly. Unless you want one of us to get more.
Yeah, like, it's against each other.
No, that will be very competitive, and we'll be like, oh, guess how much I got today? That's just our competitiveness being like, really so guys, send us money so we can have our own game within me and Nix.
Versus Ashlyn.
For our own enjoyment. Let's see who can get the most money.
Yeah.
For doing nothing.
No, I'll yell at you. If you wanted me to yell at you and degrade you, I will do that.
I don't really want to talk to you, but if you have good banter, I will.
Good banter? I
don't know. Like, I'm that person that has like 1,000 notifications. I don't check my notifications. My notifications are off on all of my social media. The only thing that I have notifications on are my email, which is probably at like 50,000 emails right now, which is weird because I kind of am a type A person, but I'm not.
Ashlyn, I am not type A at all, but if I have a notification on like one of my little apps that says I need to like look at it, drives me crazy. I might just open it and close it back out so that it's not there anymore. But if it has if I ever see something that says like you have 10 messages, I'll probably have like a hernia. Because
I probably have 27 unread text messages right now.
I don't like that about you.
I never know what's going on until like I'm ready to know what's going on in my life.
When you're ready for it.
When I'm ready for it, and I'll also get shit from friends being like, no, bitch, I saw you post on your story. But you have 30 unread reels you need to watch, honey.
No, really. But my love language really is sending like reels and TikToks to people. So like even if you don't watch it, just know that I was thinking about you when I saw something, and that's enough for me.
Wow. Well, I feel like that's really rude because I haven't checked my Instagram's messages in a while, and I feel like it probably says like 1.
Oh, okay. Well, it's because you don't ever reply to them or send me any, so.
So you don't.
Okay. I've got a few people. Maybe I don't think about you. I think of other people.
I think you're like, this girl is not going to get back to me in 7 business days, so it's waste.
No, really. I don't want to keep adding to your 50,000 unread emails.
Yeah, I really need to go through my emails. There's probably something important in there.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Have you seen that Paige is getting like some hate now online?
Oh my gosh, she's getting so much hate.
Yeah.
Not our girly pop. Well, that's a good segue.
Yeah, you like
into
that?
what we want to talk about. So, what was the last episode you saw? Are you up to date on everything that's going on? What was the last episode you saw? I do have some notes in front of me because
I do not have notes in front of me, but I think we can. The last episode, there was the reunion for Southern Charm, and then they did the last episode I saw was like I think the kickball episode.
Okay, so you're fully up to date. Yeah. Okay, so we had Carl's shipwreck theme party that apparently was Lindsay's idea. Did you catch that?
I did. So funny. Like, and then whenever she invited him to the family and friends like tasting things, she's like, I gotta go paint my nursery and watch the paint dry.
She's such a savage, and I love it.
See, I did not really like or understand Lindsay, especially her with Carl. Like, it was a shipwreck. It was so bad. And, but now that she's like pregnant and she's just like, what the fuck? I don't care. Like, I'm starting to really like her a lot.
I am obsessed with her. Since we're talking about Lindsay and Carl, what do you think of the girl that Carl brings to the party?
Okay, it's so weird that her family met him first to begin with. Yes. And the overlap from them dating, weird. Okay. She's pretty, she's quirky, she's a little weird, but like, I don't see their energies matching.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Brittany, she is fucking weird to me. Like, you were very nice when you just said she's a little quirky, she's pretty. No, I'm like, who is this girl? She's like, ignore my safety pins. I made this shirt. I'm like, please leave this party. You don't belong. Because we know our girl Paige is probably in some Chanel. Like, get out of here with your safety pins, ma'am. Like,
that is so funny. No, I think it's cool when people make their own clothes, but the fact that she would like pointed it out, I thought that was hilarious.
Well, I think their vibes are just so weird. If they've known each other for a year and that's how you're acting, like.
Oh, I know. Okay. Switching things. Toe sucker.
Oh, Jesse. Hucky,
sucky Jesse Solomon.
Jesse Sucky Solomon. That is his name, is Jesse Sucky Solomon. I really like Jesse. I love Jesse. He came in with West, and I was like, I really like this man. There's nothing I don't like about this man. And then this season, I don't know what he is doing because I really like Sierra and I really like Lexi. Lexi just seems so innocent and just wants love, and Sierra has this kind of rigid heart because of what Wes did to her and then the Austin of it all. Like, she is just a guarded person. And so for Jesse to be flirting with Sierra and saying, like, what if, like, you know, I called dibs, or it was us, like, how would that be? I'm like, now you're messing with Sierra because Sierra's kind of like, I don't have anything for Wes.
Lexi's not there that week. If Lexi were there, it wouldn't have happened. Like every single person said, like he's a completely different person depending on who he's around at that time. Maybe he's the same person, but like when Paige and Gabby sat Jesse down on the couch and were like, what is it that you're like looking for? And he was just like, well, I don't think I'll ever stop like wanting to like see that other women are hot or pursue them or wanting to have sex with other women. Like, no. That's exactly what you would be feeling.
My favorite was when he asked Craig in the hallway, and it like cuts back to Craig and him in the hallway, and he's like, well, how do you like do this with all these hot girls around? And Craig's was like, well, you find the girl that you want to cheat on your girlfriend with, and then that's who you date. And I was like, I love that line.
It was so good, but like it's like breaking my heart how much crushed he is by the breakup, but at the same time, I'm like, you guys don't match at all. Like, you're like, it doesn't make any sense. And you kind like, everybody is pointing out all of these things that like made him a shitty boyfriend. I'm like, yeah, you weren't a supportive boyfriend who wanted to like ride or die with her, like made everything about himself. So like, it's hard to continue to feel bad for you when you're putting on the puppy dog eyes when you know what was going on.
Well, and now he has a new girlfriend, and she's from his life previously. Did you know
I
this?
didn't know that.
Okay, so there was this girl that he briefly dated before Paige, and they were dating just like him and Paige were dating. And so it wasn't that there was overlap, but
They weren't exclusive at the time.
Exactly. And so she is a part of Craig's past, and he was on Watch What Happens Live, and he was like, it's just funny how the world has a way of working itself out. Well, she was in the audience. I think her name's Natalie. Let me double check. But,
did they ever mention Natalie before? Because that sounds really familiar.
Yes. There was a girl named Natalie, that he went on a date with on the show.
That's right.
He went on one date. They went like paddleboard. Natalie Craig stroke. Craig was on Watch What Happens Live, and he said it's funny how the world has a way of working itself out, because apparently Natalie is someone from his previous life, and Natalie, his new girlfriend, was apparently in the audience that night that he was on Watch What Happens Live. But I always think, like, where is Craig going to go from here? Because our girl Paige DeSorbo is top tier. She is our queen. Mm-hmm. Who can he date after this that will be exciting for us, you know, as viewers?
I don't want him to end up with somebody who is just going to be like his arm candy that follows him around everywhere. I want him to end up with somebody who is going to challenge him like Paige did, but maybe in a different way.
I think that the shows are so edited right now that they're making a good point on Summer House, why they shouldn't be together and why it's not working out. And it's Paige's narrative. And then you have Craig's narrative on Southern Charm, which I think is interesting because the editing in the show is so good because you're like, I get both. Why they're not together and why it didn't work out. And you're right, like Paige is, or not Paige, Craig is sitting there with his puppy dog eyes, like, poor me, like, woe is me, like Sierra said in the bed. But he doesn't seem like a supportive boyfriend, and Paige does have a lot of exciting things going on in her life, which you would want your partner to stand up and be like, heck yeah.
Or to like support the trajectory of your career, even if it's different from when you first started dating. Like, you need to grow together, even if you're growing separately. You can still grow together at the same time, and if those don't overlap, then obviously it's not going to work out.
I just love them together so much. It's really hard for me, but I think that Natalie is gorgeous. She's 27. She dated Dak Prescott from the Dallas Cowboys, so...
Cowboys. I don't even watch football. I'm just from Texas.
The only NFL I watch is Kansas.
Okay. Oh, I wonder why.
It's tailored.
You know what? Actually, one of my friends, her husband is a doctor for the Chiefs.
Oh, someone slid into my DMs on Snapchat and said that they worked for an NFL team. And I said, is your NFL team any good? And he said, we're in Kansas. And I was like, he said Kansas City, not Kansas, because Kansas City's in Missouri.
Yeah.
But I was like, LOL, that's cool.
Yeah. Prove it, bitch.
No, seriously. Okay, but Sierra, I just love her, and I love looking at her on TV as well. And I feel bad for her this season.
Yeah, me too. It's hard watching her, like, deal with how she navigates being around Wes, and I think it's really funny that he keeps trying to, like, make an effort, and she's like, bro, it's not happening. Just stop. Like, not showing up to the kickball game, and he had her little shirt.
I love that. Oh, loved this last year. She was like, no, I did that because Paige was like, no, she did that because she had to.
Right. Okay. Circling back to Jesse Solomon and sucking toes. If you were not exclusive with somebody at that at some point, and you find out that they sucked somebody's toe, but then you don't find out until after you're exclusive, how would you feel?
Oh my gosh, I didn't even put that into that perspective. I didn't even know, like, I didn't even put that timeline together because I'm stupid. I also watched it this morning at like 5:30.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
whoa,
So they weren't exclusive at the time. She was working and stuff, and then oh my gosh, when she was working and she got that text message. Oh, the shift in her body language, and her mom and her sister were like, "What's going on?" And she's like, "Nothing."
Just wants love, and I get that. And she's so excited about him, and he's obviously doing all of the right things, and he knows what the right things to do are because she is obsessed with him.
I don't like that. It feels like because Lexi had the boundary that she's not going to sleep with somebody she's not exclusive with, he kind of fast tracked that so that they would sleep together, and they did. Yep. And then she found out afterwards.
I cannot wait to see what's coming with that. Plus the Sierra of it all. And honestly, like, I love Gabby. I don't know what she adds to the show, but I do love her, and I love when she's on camera because she does have some funny one-liners.
She adds a sassy hot take, and she is unfiltered, and I love that. And I love her, like, the way she just carries herself and presents herself. She's just, I'm here, and I am what I am, and I don't care what everybody else is saying.
So what do you think is going to happen with, like, Carl and Lindsay when they talk? Because Lindsay is activated right now. She is ready to throw down with Carl.
I don't know. I think that he's going to try to say that there wasn't overlap when there probably was.
1000%.
And I am just foaming at the mouth, waiting to watch her, like, rail into him as hard as she can and not hold back, especially because she's pregnant still and, like, in the show, and you just know it's gonna be heated.
So a good segue into Southern Charm would be, what did you think about, what's his face? Kyle's and Craig's conversation in the little boat.
I thought it was funny that Craig kept making him wait for a really long time, and he was just, like, eating chips like, in the other room.
Get a drink.
And Kyle's just sitting there, like, in the little island on the boat.
Like, what the fuck? What the fuck is he doing? I didn't get it.
Yeah, I mean, like, they made it seem like it was a productive conversation, but it didn't really feel like a productive conversation. When
he was like, no, yeah, I think we're good, we'll be fine, I hope y'all have fun in Italy or whatever, I was like, nothing happened. Literally nothing happened.
Like, I know they edit out a lot of, like, nonsense, but if they edited out nonsense and only showed nonsense, was the entire thing just nonsense?
How long was the conversation?
Like, how long was the nonsense?
We know how editing podcasts goes. Well, I don't. Nix does.
I do.
So, how much nonsense do you normally cut out?
For us, like, maybe 15 to 20 minutes of nonsense.
I feel like that's a lot.
It's really not, because we still have 45 minutes to an hour of podcast that we're still doing, and we really only record for like an hour and a half tops or so. So
we're already professionals, guys. Watch out when we get really good at this.
Oh, right? Oh my god. When we don't even have to edit it anymore, we're just like editing out the segues and that's it.
For real. Okay, so let's go over to Southern Charm. Let's start with reunion 1. Let's start with Craig's breakup and how he went on Watch What Happens Live, and Andy was like, well, you pretended like you were together whenever you attended the show and you were on the show, and then it comes out that y'all broke up. And he was like, well, we had the conversation over the phone and she broke up with me, but I didn't know that we were actually broken up until Christmas.
So there's like a month of him thinking that they were still together when Paige did it?
Right. Because then he said all of a sudden she went on her podcast and announced that they had broken up.
Yeah, I don't understand men. I don't get it.
Well,
Like, are you not sure if you're together or not together? Like, what's the limbo, you know?
I just don't think that Craig had a good reunion either. Like, I felt like it was poorly edited, like, in his sake. Like, I don't know how he feels about the editing he got for the reunion.
Well, it was funny when they showed that rolled the clip of all of the proof of him lying, especially with like the law school stuff, and he make it make sense, bud.
Well, he was like, roll the tapes and I'll explain each thing. Like, you shouldn't have to explain the things that you say. Like, what you say is what you say.
No, really. Like, so did you take the bar or did you not? Well, I wasn't actually allowed to take the bar.
Yeah, what does that mean? Like, how are you a lawyer?
I don't think he was. Well, I didn't have all my credits.
I know. I'm so confused.
I think everyone is confused and bewildered and unsure, just like Craig.
Well, I want to say, I just made a comment. What you say is what you say. You don't need to explain it. But when they're saying you passed or you took the bar, like, it's a yes or no question.
Yeah, it really is.
It's a simple question. Like, it is what you say it is.
Did they bring Miss Pat on the first reunion? Second one. Okay, never mind.
The second one. So then they touched on the Madison and JT of it all.
Right.
But we didn't talk about our princess, our queen, Madison LaCroix, surprising everyone and announcing her pregnancy at the reunion.
Was so cute. Her little bump and the way everybody was so excited.
Her face, like her body, she's just everything to me. And I'm like, you could do no wrong.
I know. I like watching her get ready with me on TikToks that she does when she does her makeup, and she's just like rambling about nothing and everything. It's so cute.
I'm gonna run to there after I get off the phone with you.
Yeah, she's precious.
So for the people that don't know, JT made some weird accusations. Last season they did a trip to, well, where did they go? It wasn't Jamaica because that was this year. They did a cash trip somewhere, and Madison came out on the bus wearing JT's clothes that he was wearing earlier in the day. And JT was talking to Shep and to Craig while they were out playing golf, a golf simulator. And JT was like, yeah, Madison and her husband called me. It was really weird. And I still don't know what he was trying to get at when he was talking about that. This season, I was like, okay, well, what did they ask? Like,
yeah, it was very vague.
We still know nothing.
He was like, why don't you have cameras on all the time?
He was just like, it was weird vibes. And I don't know, it was like maybe that he was questioning Madison and her husband's relationship and
well, see, like he was
whether she trusted him or not or something.
Right, it's like he was like trying to get a timeline of something that was going on and called JT to find out like when they went to the beach and when they did certain things, and like I think that JT, his little tiny leprechaun ego, got a little inflated from that conversation somehow.
How do you feel about JT?
I don't really like JT a lot, especially because of all of the Venita things. Like I could probably look past like the Madison call or Craig like claiming that he called Miss Pat a bitch and stuff like that, because obviously there's like no record of that, and that's just Craig telling Craig stories and stuff like, along those lines. But with then finding out later that Venita and JT ended up dating each other after cameras went down, and then
I'm so confused on that timeline too.
Yeah, and then because she like wanted to slow things down for a little bit, she was like, I need some time to get my thoughts together and process. And because he he waited a week, he decided to start dating his girlfriend again.
Yeah, the timeline where he posted on Instagram making it official with his girlfriend online.
Right. Like, and then when Venita was asked if she still wanted to have a romantic relationship with JT, she was so vulnerable and be like, yeah, I do.
I was shook.
I like the fact that she was so honest and like vulnerable like that was like, it was crazy. I was not expecting that because I feel like anybody else on that stage would have said no. Absolutely.
Even if they
did, exactly. I feel like Venita is the only person on either of those couches that would be honest.
Well, then they have like the commercial break, and they show the scene of Venita going into JT's dressing room, and she's like, "Here's a shot," and he's like, "Okay," and they took it, and then they're talking, and the camera person or makeup person was like, "Y'all are flirting again," and
yeah,
they're like, "No, we're not, hug mother."
I wouldn't be that person behind the camera. I'm like, you guys are in love.
I know. It's so funny. But honestly, I kind of would ship that relationship because I feel like Venita could like speak some sense into that man's brain.
I feel like if
he just wants attention.
He definitely wants the attention, and I feel like Venita would love him so hard that he would feel like taken care of in that sense, and he could be like a really fun, like nice and like interesting character on the show and not a villain like he is.
Well, and they said that he quit the show, but he was at the reunion, so
maybe he's not coming back next season? Maybe next season he's not coming back?
Maybe
I feel like, I mean, how do you start getting those paychecks on that show and then not keep going back?
Well, Southern Charm is all about wealth.
Yeah, and he's already got the money.
This is just a hobby to him.
I think, I thought it was so funny watching the casting videos from like Shep and Craig, when Craig was like, I don't even think my wife is born yet.
You know, and they were like, she'd be in 6th grade. No, yeah. I love that.
That did not age well.
And Shep looks so mature. Like, they should have just rotated all of those characters. But also, I still don't like how, like, Whitney's not on the reunion. Because he could have answered to a lot of things this year.
He never does the reunions.
I know, but he could have, like, at least... Because he could have gotten in trouble for the cupcake thing that he said to Molly.
God. With Molly? What are your thoughts on Molly?
I love Molly. She's on Southern Hospitality. I think she was on Southern Hospitality, and then maybe they moved her up
into Southern Hospitality. I just don't like Leva very much, to where I would feel like watching that show.
Like, we're talking about the Southern Charm reunion right now, and I don't think Leva even is going to be a topic for us.
No, not even a little bit.
She just hates Craig to her core and will yell at him, which he needs to be called out on a ship. And Leva's going to do it because everyone else up there is scared of him.
I also thought that Leva did handle the situation with JT and his barber really well by like calling and like getting that clarified for Venita. Like that was the only memorable part of this season for Leva, for me.
No, seriously, I don't know what else she added.
I think, didn't Craig say something to her about her like not even like really being a part of the like the season? Like, this is the most you've ever said this season.
Oh, he did say that. Said more tonight than you said on the whole show.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it was. Well, I really like Molly. I think that she brings like something so unique to the show, especially with like her talking about her weight struggles and showing how she plays a tuba, for God's sake. Okay, yeah. She's precious. And when she leaned in and she kissed Shep and like made the first move, when they were at that party, it was so funny. I really like Molly a lot, and I want to ship her and Shep. Honestly,
I ship them too,
because like the way that he like had his arm around her and the way they were talking about when they hooked up, they're like, maybe we did it again, you know. And Like, and the way that she like kind of like held back on a lot of her feelings that she has for Shep so that he could play out what he needed to do and like figure it out on his own. And I thought, who else would have done that?
She was the MVP of the season. She was the MVP of the season for me.
Oh, I loved Molly. Like, please give me more Molly.
Agreed. And how do you feel about Sally?
I don't like Taylor and I don't like Sally. I'll say it.
Okay, do we need to talk about them then? Because Taylor is annoying.
Taylor's annoying, and the way that like she defends Gaston so much, like to like, it's just it's I get defending your partner, but only to a certain extent. And she doesn't share enough about her relationship for people to have like a lot of insight and an opinion, and she does that on purpose. And that's baby. That's gonna get you some backlash. Sorry, that's what you signed up for.
She doesn't bring anything to the show because she wants to do like Tom Schwartz and Ariana did on never want to talk about your relationship. You want to talk about other people's relationships.
Yeah.
And I feel like what she said to Sally about like, please just like quit talking about it. And she's the one that keeps bringing it up.
Yeah.
And also, I think she's really hard on Shep. But also, she still remains in this friend group. So yeah. I'm like, it's her on you. I think she's tighter with the Southern hospitality crew because they're closer to her age than she is everyone else. And I think they should probably just move her to that show.
Yeah.
And maybe she would be more, I don't know, maybe she would bring something to the table, bitch.
Yeah, bring something to the table or move over so Molly can bring some of her friends on.
Seriously.
I want to see who Molly hangs out with.
And then, of course, like the Craig and Austin friendship stuff. I feel like this is a conversation we have at every freaking reunion, whether it's with Craig and Austin or Austin and Craig, or I just said the same two names.
Yeah, you just switched them. Whether it's Craig and Austin or Austin and Craig, it happens every year.
Every year it's the same conversation, and I can do without it.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that Paige like kind of put a wedge between the two of them. As much as I love my girl Paige, she was in Craig's ear a lot and probably was not helpful in helping Craig to pursue his relationships with his friends when she wasn't around. Because I know that Craig was struggling with his drinking, and probably, I know going around your friend who has a beer company and hanging out with them all of the time when you have a drinking problem is not the best environment for you to be in. But also voice how you feel and go and do something else. Like if you come over and barbecue.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
what the fuck?
I don't know. They have this conversation all the time, and I do think that you are correct, and Paige was heavily influencing Craig. And
yeah, she's like telling them to like buy him out of your podcast and stuff.
I know.
Like,
what's crazy to me to like see that side of Paige, you know, like that narrative, like she's obviously getting a terrible edit on Southern Charm.
Oh my gosh, like her when she's out, like when they're trying to go see the bees and stuff, and she was like, so what do I do when I want to get some honey? And she goes, you go to the grocery store.
Yeah. She's so funny though.
She's so witty, and she's funny and she's smart, you know? I like funny, smart people.
Good
and she's
television.
Mean. I like funny, smart, mean people. Okay?
There's that. And then I think, like, to wrap it up, Miss Pat showing up was iconic.
It was iconic. I liked that she was like, talking about how she didn't even really want to do the show. But
oh, yeah. And, oh, my gosh, when they did the flashback, she looked so freaking amazing. I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And I love how they did the set of Miss Pat's house.
Yes, it was. I like that she noticed that right away.
I know.
Her attention to detail.
Yeah, it's so cute. And she's like, it's Whitney's house now.
God, Miss Pat needs babies, grandbabies around.
I know. Who wants to marry what, though? Like,
she's gonna get to love all over Madison's baby, that's for sure.
there's that. There's, okay, so Bravo has a new show coming out that I do want to talk about. Have you heard about Gen NYC?
No, I have not.
Okay, so from what it sounds like, it's gonna be a bunch of children of Bravo stars, as well as some newcomers, and they're gonna navigate young adulthood in New York City. We have Ariana Bierman, the daughter of Real Housewife of Atlanta's Kim Zolciak Bierman, Riley Burris, the daughter of Real Housewives of Atlanta alum Candy Burris, Gia Giudice, the daughter of Real House of New Jersey's Teresa Giudice, Brooks Marks, the son of the Real House of Salt Lake City's Meredith Marks, and Ava Dash, the daughter of music mogul Damon Dash and fashion icon Rachel Roy. The cast also includes model influencer Amira Despain, Shy Fruchter, New York City it girl Georgia McMahon, and Bierman's on and off boyfriend Hudson McLeroy.
Oh, I've seen Georgia.
Operator Charlie Zakor.
Ooh, okay.
So, they're just gonna, this says from people.com, according to Bravo, Gen NYC will follow the group of friends who grew up in or near the spotlight as they stumbled into adulthood, one brunch, breakup, and spontaneous decision at a time. Whether stepping out of their parents' shadows or creating their own legacies from scratch, these 20-somethings are determined to conquer Manhattan if they can figure out how to adult first.
Oh, I'm excited about this.
Together, they'll navigate friendships, careers, and romance, proving that trouble runs on espresso martinis and questionable decisions.
Oh, that's gonna be fun. I have not had an espresso martini that I like. I've tried so many different espresso martinis and I cannot get into it.
Anyways, like, we watched them all grow up on TV. Well, I did. I know you're new to the Bravo world, and maybe now is your time to just like, oh, this kid's gonna acting crazy. Let me go see what their mama's like.
No, really, I definitely will. I'm really into Real Housewives of New York and Beverly Hills right now. So and watching the nightlife in New York is so fun. So getting to watch like kids go out and do it in a more modern time is going to be fun.
I know, because we are young.
We are young.
And cool.
We're Gen X, right?
We're
next gen.
But it doesn't drop until June 3rd, but I am really excited about it because I'm either going to love it or hate it.
Yeah, that's kind of how it goes.
There's also a new show. Do you know who Taylor Lewan is?
No.
Okay, this man is a whole man. Just like, don't listen to him talk. Like, I just want to stare at this man. Okay. His name is Taylor Lewan. He's from, he played on the Tennessee Titans, but I know him because he is a podcaster, and he was on the Barstool Network. The podcast was called Bussin' with the Boys, and so I listen to that a lot. I listen to The Yak, Bussin' with the Boys, An Untold Story, all the Barstool BFFs. Like, I love Barstool. Those are my like go-to podcasts, my comfort podcasts. So I know a lot about sports and nothing at the same time. But anyways, he's going to be the host of this new show. It's called Battle Camp, and it's going to be on Netflix on April 23rd. It's kind of like, let me think, like The Challenge, but it's going to have all of the Netflix like stars, reality TV stars. So they're pulling from Love is Blind, Too Hot to Handle, The Circle, The Ultimatum, Selling the OC, and Cheer.
Oh, okay, that's gonna be fun.
So kind of like another like Nepo baby type of thing.
Yeah.
But they're gonna be challenges and love.
Does it say what kind of challenges? Like physical challenges, mental challenges, or maybe a mixture?
It says physical and mental. So hot people running through mud.
Ooh, give me that.
I'm here for it. It drops April 23rd, but I'm I really like the Netflix reality TV shows.
I have not watched a lot of them, but I've like kind of skipped through and watched random seasons that are like going on at a time, you know? Like I watched the first season of Love Was Blind, and then I've
That's
watched
the best one. You don't need to watch any of
and
them.
I've watched a couple of other like random seasons, and then whenever Francesca was on Too Hot to Handle, I watched that because I like Francesca a lot.
Love. Did you
Which
watch
what?
Cheer?
No, I never watched that.
Okay.
I know that I was told by you and so many other people to watch Cheer. I probably will at some point. So tell me about it.
I can't without spoiling it.
Okay.
Ruin it for you.
It's a must.
I know it's just a reality show, but don't look at anything or news about that show.
Just go in season 1 all the way through. Just watch it. Okay.
Yeah.
How many seasons are there?
Just 2.
Okay.
That's so easy. Sad, but
maybe I'll start that tonight when I go to bed.
It's really good, and it's about this cheer community college in Texas, Navarro, which is in Corsicana.
Yeah.
And they are really good at cheerleading, and so they follow them to the champ. I don't fucking know the name.
They follow them to that. Cheerleading is so big in Texas. I remember so many girls that we went to school with were in competition cheer, and
it's still a thing.
That's wild. Texas is football and cheerleading and gymnastics. I think they have a lot of good gymnastics. I think as well.
I don't know.
Texas grows people who are made to perform. Okay, we Texans are bred to be in the spotlight.
So true.
They don't say everything's bigger in Texas for a reason. It's because our egos and our hair are just our boobies. What is it that they call the Dallas crowd? The cocaine and boob job crowd?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You haven't heard that? Yeah, cocaine and boob jobs is like the Dallas party people.
Obviously not a part of that.
No, not at all. It's like the wealthy people of Texas. They're known for cocaine and boobs.
Don't have either. Well, I think that's pretty much it. All right, besties, thanks for listening to us gossip about some Bravo TV shows and some new shows that are coming out that we're excited about.
My gosh, it was so much fun getting to chat with you and have you guys eavesdrop with us. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, share with your homies. We love you so much. Remember, new podcast every Thursday at midnight.
You heard her, bitches.
Save it. Turn on your notifications so that you get it right away. Pre-download.
There's a subscribe button too. And a rate.
Oh, that's what it is. Subscribe.
Rate.
Love. Heart.
Just give us 1 star.
No!
Just give us 1 star or something.
All right.
Super do.
Was my booger out the whole time? Embarrassing. All right. We love you, losers.
Bye.